Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. Season 13 of When Calls, the heart arrives with more anticipation than ever before, largely due to the evolving relationship between Elizabeth and Nathana pairing. Many had thought would never get its fair shot after the heartbreak of earlier seasons. Erin Krakow's cryptic social media tease, captioned Classified Chemistry Alert Team, Nathan, Season 13, showed Elizabeth and Nathan sharing a quiet, meaningful gaze at what looked like the edge of the schoolhouse yard, shrouded in twilight. For longtime fans, this image wasn't just a tease. It was a promise. It's a whisper that Elizabeth's heart may finally be ready to revisit the feelings she once suppressed in favor of Lucas. It signaled that the writers and producers, including Krakow herself, were prepared to explore a storyline that had once been carefully closed and, perhaps prematurely. Behind the scenes, Erin Krakow has reportedly been advocating for Elizabeth's journey to come full circle, with emotional depth and realism. Sources close to production say that she's deeply involved in shaping Elizabeth's evolution as a woman who's faced grief, motherhood, and complex love. Season 13 opens with a backdrop of reflection. Jack's memory still lingers, but the pain has softened. Elizabeth, now a pillar of strength in Hope Valley, begins to embrace her own need for companionship and emotional renewal. Nathan, meanwhile, has matured into a man not just defined by his Mountie uniform, but by his quiet strength and enduring loyalty. In Season 13, Nathan takes on a new leadership role, mentoring younger recruits and building bridges within the community. Yet, his heart remains tethered to the one woman he's never been able to forget. The confidential scene shows them walking side by side after Sunday service. No words are exchanged, only glances, and the weight of everything unsaid. That's where the story of Season 13 finds its footing, in the stillness between Elizabeth and Nathan, where past, present, and future intertwine. It's no secret that Krakow has become more than just the face of Elizabeth Thatcher's, one of the creative forces behind the show's current direction. Her passion for the character and for meaningful storytelling has driven her to push boundaries. In a recent press chat carefully worded due to the confidential nature of Season 13, Krakow hinted at long overdue emotional conversations and a depth of romance that's earned, not rushed. While she didn't name Nathan specifically, fans immediately interpreted this as a nod toward their rekindled connection. The confidential reveal seems to confirm that Krakow's influence is finally allowing for a more nuanced romance to unfold. A second chance not just for Elizabeth and Nathan, but for the series itself to reclaim a central love story that was once nearly lost. Hope Valley doesn't know how to mind its own business, and that's exactly what makes it so charming. As whispers of Elizabeth and Nathan's renewed closeness begin to circulate in Season 13, characters like Rosemary, Florence, and even Henry Gowan get involved in their own curious ways. Rosemary, now a seasoned advice giver and always eager for a good romance, sees the spark between Elizabeth and Nathan before either of them dares to admit it. In one touching scene, she arranges a community garden project, conveniently pairing Elizabeth and Nathan as co-leaders strictly for educational value. She insists with a wink. Even little Jack begins to warm to the idea of Nathan in their lives again. He starts calling him Uncle Nate without prompting, a development that stuns Elizabeth and tugs at Nathan's heartstrings. But not all reactions are positive. Lucas, having left town at the end of Season 12 to chase political aspirations, hears of Elizabeth's changing affections and returns unexpectedly mid-season, claiming unfinished business. His arrival shakes the fragile ground Elizabeth and Nathan are beginning to build upon. One of the most powerful arcs this season involves a box of letters unsent and unfinished found in the attic of the schoolhouse. Nathan had written Elizabeth countless times after the rejection, trying to explain himself, to tell her how he truly felt, but never had the courage to deliver them. When Elizabeth finds the letters with Nathan's quiet permission, She reads them in a montage episode that has fans calling it the most emotional moment since Jack's goodbye. As Elizabeth reads, we see flashbacks to key moments: the missed dance, the tearful goodbye day. We watch as her heart reopens. This moment cements the tone of season 13. Honest, earned love. A romance that's no longer about choosing between two men, but choosing a future that feels right. Season 13 doesn't aim to rewrite history, it respects Elizabeth's past with Lucas, just as it honors her late husband, Jack. But what it does do is show that the human heart is complex and resilient. Elizabeth begins journaling again, rediscovering her voice as a writer and using that voice to understand her own heart. She writes, "Maybe the heart doesn't forget. Maybe it waits. Waits for the moment when it can love again, fully and fearlessly." Nathan, for his part, isn't pushing. He's simply there, helping with school events, rebuilding the town stable, sharing quiet moments with little Jack. He doesn't ask. For her, Lovey simply offers his presence, and in doing so, gives Elizabeth the freedom to come to him when she's ready. The mid-season finale of season 13 delivers a moment Hardys have waited years for. After a heartfelt conversation on the schoolhouse porch, Elizabeth finally confesses that she never stopped caring for Nathan. Her fear held her back, not her feelings. They don't kiss, not yet, but they share a promise to move forward slowly, together. It's a scene filled with restraint, tenderness, and the kind of emotional payoff that only comes from years of waiting. By revealing a confidential look into this intimate moment between Elizabeth and Nathan, Erin Krakow has done more than spoil a storyline. She's reignited the fandom's faith in long-form storytelling. This confidential glimpse was a strategic move, not just for hype, but to prepare viewers for what's coming. A love story grounded in growth, built on patience, and ready to bloom at last. Krakow's message is clear. Hope Valley still believes in second chances. And so should we, with this new romantic journey underway. The remainder of season 13 brings challenges and triumphs. Elizabeth's new book, inspired by her journey. She begins writing a novel based on second chances in love and life, with Hope Valley as its backdrop. Nathan's family ties. His estranged father arrives, bringing old wounds and the opportunity for reconciliation. Lucas's redemption arc. Instead of turning villainous, Lucas begins to find his own path, perhaps with a new woman in town, writer with a mysterious past. Rosemary's secret. A long-held personal secret about her past emerges, tying into Elizabeth's storyline in unexpected ways. But above all, it's the quiet moments between Elizabeth and Nathan that steal the show's sunset strolls. It's letters shared, glances exchanged. Love isn't declared loudly this time. It's shown. Hope Valley has always stood for hope, for healing, and for the enduring strength of love. Erin Krakow's confidential reveal is more than just a juicy scoop. It's the beginning of a long-awaited, emotionally rich chapter for two characters who were always meant to find their way back to each other. In season 13, when calls that heart promises to do what it does best, make us believe that even in the quietest corners of our lives, love can bloom again. And for Elizabeth and Nathan, the journey is just beginning. So keep watching, dear Hearties. The best stories take their time, and this one was well worth the wait.